is April 5th. Welcome on in to Daily Cards Live here on ClaibsOnline.com, brought to you by Munganess St. Louis Acura and Royal Banks of Missouri. I'm Joe Roderick, joined alongside by Bob Ramsey. Rammer, earlier today, the Cardinals were swept by the Atlanta Braves, a three-game series, dropping their record now to 2-4. We saw Jordan Walker hit his first career home run. I was about 12 hours too early, I guess, on that prediction. But I guess the story right now around the Cardinals and kind of making its way through baseball, it's Ali Marmol against Tyler O'Neill. And I wish that I was down there covering it because, quite frankly, I'm a little confused by what is going on between the two of them.
Well, it shouldn't be confusing. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Yeah.
You got a player who is, by his own admission, trying to make sure he's available every day and playing for a contract. You got a manager who's trying to win games. And that can be, and often is, a conflict. Now, I think Tyler was maybe backpedaling a little bit emotionally, in trying to come up with a reason why he made a bad play. And so I don't really take any of his comments in real specific, concrete terms because he was embarrassed. Moreover, the manager then embarrassed him to add insult to injury. So it's a bad situation for him, and I know he feels bad about it. I've heard a couple of former players make excuses. You know, they got their players' union cards out and trying to protect the player. It was a bad play. Well, you know, even if he was running full speed, he would have been out. Aha, that's not his decision to make. If that would have been the case, then it falls squarely on the third base coach, who has a terrible record at sending runners home, by the way. So you can't, that excuse doesn't play. Ali kind of going after him verbatim with the media, I think it was a bad look for Ali. I think he was right in that it's not acceptable for the player. Keep in mind, there's no more Yachty Albert buffer between the manager and the players on one hand. On the other hand, the double standard goes away quite a bit with them gone. This is an opportunity for Ali to say, this is my club, and I'm going to tell you how we play. Still not a good look to do it in the media. I think the best way would have been, go ahead and chew O'Neill out. Then when you go to the media, the question's asked, and you say, oh, we had a discussion. Boom. And you leave it at that.
I would not be surprised if there are people within the Cardinals locker room and the front office that are maybe a little surprised that Tyler O'Neill is still a part of this team. I think I said last year over the offseason, I thought that would have been a priority to move him. If Jordan Walker was going to have a role on the team, if Lars Nootbaar was going to be this up-and-coming player, I thought the biggest trade chip that you had was Tyler O'Neill for starting pitching. And the fact that Tyler O'Neill is on the opening day roster surprised me. And I don't know if maybe more was expected of him then leading into the season of saying, okay, you know what, you're here. Show us that we made the right decision to keep you.
Well, I think there's a couple of things in your point, and I think they're good ones. One is, I think you're right, but you were about 6 or 8 months too early for the prediction to come true. I think it's still going to come true in moving him. Two is, the thing that's kind of weird, and this can happen in any company, and it always happens with sports teams. In fact, you go back to Walt Jocketty getting fired when there's a difference of opinion. Somebody in the organization thinks Tyler O'Neill is the best center fielder on the club. And they've been putting that out there. So he's got some allies. And by the way, they may not be wrong. 2 years ago, he was the best player on the team.
Yeah.
That can't be disputed. That happened. So I can see how there can be factions in a given situation like this.
To the stuff on the field, Tyler O'Neill pinched hit late in the game today for Andrew Kisner and then went into left field. So he did play today. It wasn't a full day of punishment, full timeout, I guess, on the day. But he was benched early on in the game, and we saw history. We saw number one of what will probably be around 700 or so home runs for Jordan Walker in his career. Put one out into right field, and you have the fan right there wearing the number 18 Jordan Walker jersey, glove up in the aisle, and cannot make the catch. Rammer, that cannot happen.
He's got to give up the jersey. That should be a new rule.
Yeah, that's just that's so bad. That's so bad. Yeah, you go out, you spend the money, you get the actual jersey, you bring your glove to the ballpark, you're in the aisle, it's right at you. You got to make that play. Have to make that play.
So you're a pace guy. What is he on pace for now? About 20, 28 home runs, something like that?
Well, I mean, I think you factor in the ball's going to jump a lot more in the summer months at Busch Stadium, so you could put him. Yeah, you could put him over 30 for sure, but a hit in all games. So I haven't looked at the actual numbers yet of when game 56 on the season is, but it's pretty cool to know that Jordan Walker is going to break Joe DiMaggio's record the first 2 months of his baseball career.
He's only got 50 more to go.
Right. It's so you just figure out where that is on the schedule. I mean, that's 2 months into the year, so you're talking early June. I figure give him an off day here and there. So mid-June, and we're putting him up there with the likes of Pete Rose, Joe DiMaggio, legends.
Without question.
Yeah. So
I'm on board.
But hey, you know what though? Through 6 games, he has gotten a hit in every game. Has been in the lineup every day, and is hitting the ball hard. Has hit into some really hard outs as well. He is everything that has been advertised so far for the Cardinals.
He is terrific, and he had a bad throw from right field, but you could see the arm strength. He is going to dial that in and be a terrific outfielder. We knew he had a good arm. He played third base. So he's got a good arm. He'll dial it in. This is a franchise guy. I don't think there's any question.
Yeah, Nolan Gorman with another hit today, hitting .438 on the season with a double. When you look at the numbers that the Cardinal offense has put up through the first 6 games of the year, you look at some of the batting averages there. It is frustrating to see that this is a team that's 2-4 to start the year. I know they've started the season against 2 very, very good teams. 2 teams that should both be in the playoffs. Let's see how things go against, they're playing a Brewers team that's really damn good. That Brewers team has started off the season a lot better than I would have expected them to. I believe they just lost Luis Urias for the next 6 to 8 weeks, so they will be without him for their series against the Cardinals and beyond. But you know what? You're about to get some bad teams on the schedule. Start making up for those wins.
A little concerned about the ugly starting pitching trend,
yes.
Not because of the ERA and those sorts of things, but that it always comes in the first inning. Is that a 6-game coincidence? Okay, 6 games, maybe, but pregame prep might be something that could come into question here if the trend continues.
I will say this. I mean, we talked about the offense of the 2 teams that they have played. In the first inning, when you have to go in and face Ronald Acuna Jr., Matt Olson, and Austin Riley, a lot of pitchers are going to give up runs to those guys in the first inning all season long. When you go back and you look at the Blue Jays, George Springer, Bo Bichette, Vlad Guerrero, a lot of pitchers are going to give up runs to those 3 in the first inning. I get it. Okay. It's not acceptable. And it's very frustrating, but you are facing those 6 names I just mentioned are all-stars in baseball.
Yeah, I don't think championship teams will have similar numbers.
I get what you're saying. The Brewers, by the way, there. So just for note, the Brewers as they go up there and face them, I couldn't even. the first three guys in their lineup, I would imagine, I would hope Jack Flaherty can have a nice clean sheet in the first inning on Friday's game.
Well, don't do soccer on the show. Yelich will be in that group, and Tellez will hit fourth. Adames will probably hit third. Their number 2 hitter escapes me, although I saw a game where Yelich hit down a couple of spots. So
today they went with Mike Bourceau leading off in the game. Only his second start of the season. Willy Adames hit second. Christian Yelich third. Willem Contreras batting fourth. Luke Voigt batting fifth. So no Tellez in the lineup today. They did face a lefty. They faced David Peterson today. So hey, we'll see the Contreras brothers play each other this weekend.
That'll be a good sidebar story for all of our writers. And by the way, we're lucky as fans. The way this team is covered with the Athletic and the Post-Dispatch and all their writers, and I'm leaving a couple of people, MLB people. We really got good people covering the Cardinals.
Including Rick Hummel, who writes for us each and every Monday right here on ClaibsOnline.com. You could go to the website right now, click on the article section, and read his work that he posted just this past Monday. Rammer, next game time, Friday night. It is against the Milwaukee Brewers. Cardinals do not, I believe, Cardinals do not have to be part of any team's home openers this year. So yeah, the Brewers started first 3 games on the road, and then they had their home opener already this week. And I'm going to assume the Rockies have already been home, or they will be home by the time the Cardinals get there next Monday. I can't imagine you start 3 series on the road to start the year. So no, they don't have to sit in the dugout and watch a parade of or whatever the hell other teams do. For their the Brewers had a flyover for their home opener the other day with the roof closed.
They do some peculiar things there.
Yeah. They paid money for a flyover that nobody could see.
I can't explain Milwaukee.
Oh, Rammer, we are brought to you each and every day by Mungenast St. Louis Acura and your friends at Royal Banks.
Royal Banks of Missouri, with locations in St. Louis proper, St. Charles County, the East Side in Granite and Jacksonville, and in Northeast Missouri in 3 different locations that all feel like your hometown bank. Royal Banks, for better service means better banking.
And I see you got the your Ballparks National today doing the show. A big weekend of baseball, softball planned out there this weekend.
Yeah, we've got a local league playing tonight, both adults and kids. And we got a Friday, Saturday, Easter event coming up this weekend. So staying busy.
He is Bob Ramsey. I'm Joe Roderick. This has been another edition of Daily Cards Live right here, ClaibsOnline.com.
As one of St. Louis's fastest growing companies and largest private companies, St. Louis Acura is proud to serve you and remains committed to becoming better than ever for you. As new Acuras become more available every day, we are not backing down from selling 100% more quality pre-owned vehicles than ever before. We want customers that appreciate our friendly, outgoing team and our award-winning service, because at St. Louis Acura, we are better than ever for you.